Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Merry Christmas. You guys like the shirt? Sancho Claus is here. Yeah, you can get these. You get these right there. Patriot wear. Oh man, my Sancho days. I think my Sancho days are over. They've been over for quite a while. But this is Sancho Claus on patriotwear.com. Patriotwear.com. I hope everyone's doing well. I wasn't going to come on today, but I decided, what the hell? Why not? I had a long discussion with Juanito last night, and I want to get my audience. I want to ask you guys, do I need a new microphone? Do I need a whole new setup? Because I'm hearing from my YouTube agent and people involved with my tech team. They're telling me I need a new microphone. I need a whole new setup. So I have a guy coming in, a local musician here that's going to help me with to kind of like set up a new microphone, new camera. They're saying that I need to up my game a little bit. I've always done everything so ghetto. I don't know. I just push content out and I just work hard and all right. Well, okay. Well, as long as you guys can tolerate it, I guess that's cool. But do you guys like the Sancho shirt? Operation Chaos. Could that be unfolding right now? I'm not even kidding. It looks like this is the final. You guys really think they're just going to go away? Nah, it's not going to happen. Could they be setting the narrative for aliens and a nuclear exchange, a terrorist attack all in one, and they're just waiting for the right time, the right timing? You got to wait for the right. You can't prematurely pull out, as Sancho likes to say. Have you guys? I have a great entertainment segment coming up with 𝗀𝗫𝗶𝗹. It has to do with the OnlyFans model, the degeneration. Thank you very much, Beverly Adams. The degeneration of society, where we're at right now. You don't think this is the end times? I beg to differ. This girl, an OnlyFans model, or whatever you want to call them, they do it from their basement or their living room, whatever, decided to bang 101 guys in one day. Have you guys heard of this girl? I can't even believe I'm giving it attention, but I'm going to do it because this is the example of someone who has a major, I guess you could say, daddy issues or just a pig. And she has no idea how this is going to come back and bite her in the ass later in life. She's going to be seeing therapists her entire life. And then you see the aftermath of the room. Oh, gosh. She let these guys finish on her face. And now she has an eye infection, all kinds of stuff. Anyway, we talk about that. We talk about Stephen Baldwin's cryptic message to Hollywood. His cryptic messages to Hollywood. We talk about the drones, the aliens. It's a great segment. I'm putting that up tomorrow evening. I also did 2 big segments with 𝗀𝗫𝗶𝗹 on one of them's radio. Look, do you guys want one of them for YouTube, or should I just put them both on ninoscorner.tv? Because one of them, where he disclosed a lot of information, is going on ninoscorner.tv tomorrow, maybe this evening. I might put it up this evening. But every time I put it on our YouTube friendly version on YouTube, I get hammered, folks. You guys kick me in the nuts. It's like you line up to kick me in the nuts. And he's radioactive. I mean, he goes in so many different directions. I have to bring him in because I'm paranoid. I do not enjoy. I never enjoy the interviews on YouTube with Juan. They're so hard because I feel like I'm playing referee. It's tough, man. It's like I'm trying to like middle linebacker. It's crazy. Folks, you can Venmo me, D-Rod1977, D-Rod1977. Could Operation Chaos be kicking off? That's literally what we're calling it, Operation Chaos. Also, a black flag was flown over the Capitol. Now, Juanito says, no, this isn't the POW flag. This is the give no quarter, take no prisoners. And who flew it? Was it the Biden administration or Trump? That's the question. Now, I'm going to leave it up for you all to decide, but we are coming into some very, very hectic, crazy, chaotic times. I've been guaranteed that, and we can see it. The writing's on the wall. This drone activity is going to pick up, and it looks like they're setting the narrative for the nuclear sniffing, but also the alien card. This is now being seen from coast to coast. Are they going to be used for heavy surveillance over Americans? Are they getting you used to the drones just like they got you used to the cell phone towers, the whole thing? Are those all? I'm going to get into all of this right now, folks. But first, get your Tony protein, baby. Nobody likes getting older. One of the biggest reasons why is because our muscles become weaker, making the activities we used to enjoy more difficult to do and less enjoyable. That's why I say you got to stay in the gym. But what if you didn't have to get weaker as you got older? What if you could actually become stronger? Celebrity fitness trainer Tony Horton says he's found a way to turn the impossible into a reality. His reality, which he is now using to help thousands of Americans remain healthy and active as they hit middle age and beyond. It's actually a lot simpler than you might think, Horton, who is 66, told us. It's a method anyone can do that takes about 1 or 2 minutes a day. And within a very short period of time, you can start to feel stronger and probably healthier than you have in years. Almost everyone begins experiencing some degree of age-related muscle loss starting between ages 40 and 50. Damn, I'm right there. Oh, I don't feel weaker, though. I feel stronger. But I do take this protein. It's perfectly natural and nothing to worry about. However, if you make it harder it can make it harder to exercise or even perform routine activities you take for granted, folks, like playing with your kids or pets or carrying groceries. On average, people lose about 0.5% to 1% of muscle mass each year. While that may sound minor, it can add up over the years and even decades. Increased frailty is a big reason why elderly people are more prone to falling down, which can lead to prolonged bed rest or hospital stays, which can mean even more muscle loss in what becomes a vicious downward cycle. Health experts have believed age-related muscle loss is simply an inevitable aspect of getting older. But Tony Horton says he's found a much more effective way to help you fight age-related muscle loss and even build new muscle. And that is go to TonyProtein.com/Nino now. Watch the video yourself, folks. TonyProtein.com/Nino. Get started. It's actually quite amazing. I take it. It's all about the supplements you use. Like when I talk about 𝗀𝘂𝗿𝗲 and all these supplements I use. I don't push or peddle any supplements I do not use. Disclaimer right there. I use them all. So far, and I don't know if one of my moderators can put it in here, that red light therapy has been unbelievable. I am really benefiting off that stuff, man. I do it every morning. I put on my tanning goggles. I lay under it. I lay on a couch. I have the one that kind of folds over like an L, and I lay under that sucker, man, and I just absorb those rays. I feel charged, like it's a battery charging station. It's unbelievable. I think, Jose, you have the red light. I think the promo code could be Nino, but I think someone has it. But the red light link, if someone has it, put it in the chat box, please, one of my moderators. Absolutely incredible stuff. When the lights go out on Amazon, leave an honest review. My mama's book, The Mexican Mix, leave an honest review on that as well. Spotify, Nino's Corner, Telegram, Nino's Corner, Getter, Nino's Corner, Rumble, Nino's Corner. You guys know I have to go through this. I at least try to make it entertaining. Oh boy. Truth Social, David Rodriguez Boxer, Instagram, and TikTok. I wonder how long we're gonna have TikTok, huh? You think that's going away pretty fast, folks? I don't know. What is it? They have till the 19th, right? The 19th is when it's done. I guess it'll be over. TikTok is Nino's Corner TV, Nino's Corner.tv on Instagram. My Instagram, I feel like they put a governor back on it. It's not growing. Although I have a guy putting my shorts on there, so that might be. I don't know what's going on with Instagram. I don't even care about Instagram anymore, to be honest. It's almost like it's like InstaHo, or like it's almost like it's a close second to like OnlyFans. It's like, to me, it's like I don't know. The only thing they celebrate on that channel is garbage and debauchery. Like I don't even. You try to drop any red pills on that platform, immediately you have a governor on your channel and you're shadow banned. That's just how Instagram works. So no wonder I'm not growing at all on Instagram. X is Nino Boxer. My X account is growing pretty well thanks to Elon Musk. Nino Boxer on X. Nino and PatriotWear.com. Pink, get your Sancho Claus shirt, folks. Orale. Ho, ho, ho. Sancho Claus coming down your chimney. Open up, open your mouth. I don't know. Anyway, so Ninos Corner.tv, folks. Ninos Corner.tv. All right, I got Judge Joe Brown's Generals tent. I'm going to go ahead and put on there. I hate doing this, though, man, because it's like I'm giving it away, but it's such an amazing Generals tent that he answered a lot of questions. That guy's really, really intelligent. I really like Judge Joe Brown. He's a good man. I got to tell you, folks, he knows his shit. He knows, and everyone asked their questions, and people loved the tent. It was a fun Generals tent with Judge Joe Brown. He stayed a little longer than an hour. I think he did about an hour and 15. But it was great. So I'm going to put that up on ninoscorner.tv. L.A. Marzulli's up there right now. L.A. Marzulli talking about the alien deception, how they're using non-human technology now. It's escalating. It's shutting down Air Force bases. I've heard just recently, maybe some of you guys can fact check this and tell me in the chats, are they already shutting down some airspace over New Jersey and New York? So I had a 𝗬𝗏 on for about 2.5, 3 hours last night. I think we did about 2 hours, not 2.5 hours maybe. So Linda Howerton, thank you. So thank you so much for the super chats, guys. Thank you so much. And the Venmo, the Christmas gifts for Venmo have been very nice. So Juan is saying, without a doubt, we're coming to a face-off. This is going on ninoscorner.tv. I got a lot out of him on this one. So this one's too radioactive, too hot for YouTube. But I did a YouTube version that I'm going to get kicked in the nuts for. And that's going to be up. I'm going to try to put it up tonight. So tonight, with your family, Christmas, tomorrow's Christmas Eve. I still need to do some shopping. Some shoplifting. No, the 5-finger discount. No, man, I have to. I've been so overwhelmed with stuff. I forgot to do some Christmas shopping. I got to go do that. So 𝗬𝗏. I also have the Ghost on today. I'm going to be interviewing the Ghost, podcasting with the Ghost today. Folks, this is going to pick up, man. This is not stopping, by the way. This is going to be the new norm, and there's multiple psyops being driven home with these drones. These things are going to be a new norm, and we're going to have like Sky Wars. This is going to get crazy because what do you think Trump's going to do when he comes into office? If we get to inauguration, I'm being serious. I'm not even joking about this. That's the goal here, is distract and detour the inauguration. So I don't know if they're going to accomplish it. I don't like to leave any predictions, but this is a serious objective. And also, they're still gonna try the lawfare of calling him an insurrectionist, but they cannot strike until the moment is right. And I'm gonna bet on January about this. So they're still gonna throw that card. Now, a lot of you will say, it's not gonna work, blah blah blah. The real inauguration will happen months later, maybe. But this is a card they're gonna play, from what I'm being told by my guest on ninoscorner.tv. You're going to want to go listen to this because he went into detail how they're going to structure and play this card of this halt. So, I mean, this could happen, folks. It could really happen. Yeah, inauguration is on schedule, but they're still going to try. I don't like my moderators disagreeing with me or fact checking, so you got to cut that out. You got to cut that out immediately. You know, I'm just saying, folks. I mean, I'm telling you what my guests are saying. Please don't try to fact check me or set me, not on my show. All right. So just putting that out there. All right, folks, you might want to turn it down or turn it up, baby. Yeah. Turn it down or turn it up. Coming at you live from the apocalypse. Sancho Claus coming down your chimney. All right, folks. Yeah, I'm telling you. Oh boy, I got to tell you, it's fucking crazy. Black flag being flown over the White House. Black flag being flown over the White House. So they're trying for this Operation Chaos, all right? And it's building. They're building multiple narratives with this Operation. By the way, I named it that. I'm the one that named it Operation Chaos because there's many things at play here with the drones just by themselves. Multiple psyops, multiple operations happening within just the drones. So they're playing that card now. Now you see Stephen Greer coming out talking about this is Stephen Greer himself coming out talking about how this is very, very dangerous. Operation Chaos. What is Operation Chaos? Well, Operation Chaos would be where they play all cards at once for the desired narrative and distractions and disruptions. But they must first build the narrative. Notice how they're taking you away from really focusing and concentrating on what Christmas is about by distracting your attention to something else. Aliens. It's already taking the focus and energy away from Christmas. In my mind, remember, this is always a war on Christians. From my mind, I know Harbor. Don't worry, Harbor. It's all good. Don't worry. In fact, it's all good. Harbor, I got you. Don't worry. Taking focus away from Christmas and Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I'm not going to Bible beat anybody over the head, but what better way to do it than to say aliens? Aliens are here. Don't worry about Christmas. No. Look up at the sky. Let's talk about aliens. They know exactly what they're doing. And they're doing this around Christmas. Perfect timing. They know what they're doing. That's why I say there's something much more nefarious and sinister at hand here. It's 100% satanic. So, as I discussed with Juan on Ninos Corner.tv last night, and I'm going to be putting that up probably tonight, there's a nuclear standoff, an alien card. Maybe people are going to start getting sick again because they are spraying. Terrorist attacks, and just all of this to happen to confuse and disorient the American public. The window's closing for them, folks. The window is closing as we get closer to the inauguration, Now, my question to Juanito and many of my guests, and many of my guests agree and disagree. Some are saying, no, we're going to go into the inauguration and he'll inherit a mess. Others are saying, don't bet on that. It could happen before. They're going to strike at the right time. So I'll leave that for you to decide, folks, for you to decide yourself. I have my own beliefs on this. I want to say we're going to get to the inauguration, but I think this is going to ramp up like we've never seen before. Now, I'm going to tell a little story. When I was flying into LAX, and I was going to meet some friends down there, and I was going to the Reagan premiere. I was going to the Reagan premiere in Hollywood. And Juan was there and all this. Juan called me shortly after I landed, and this was whenever the Reagan premiere was. When was that? It was this year, right? It was I want to say beginning or middle of this year. He said he started explaining to me the drone activity around LAX and how he didn't want to call me because he knew I wouldn't get on the plane. And I was like, really? What's going on? He goes, well, you're going to see a lot more of this activity. This is going to become a major problem. Now, this was over, I want to say 6 months ago when he was telling me this. And it just kind of went in one ear and out the other. And I was like, really? Drones? I mean, we'll just shoot them down. Well, look where we're at. This was a long time ago. He told me this. When I was flying into LAX, he says they're going to play this card. And here we are today, fast forward, whatever it is, 5-6 months, however long, I don't remember. But here we are now, they're playing the drone card. And I find that to be very interesting, to say the least. And the fact that they won't tell you what they're being used for, but they're letting these conspiracy theories go wild on the internet. That's why I'm saying the reason they're letting that happen is they want all the narratives to be spun right now for this operation type chaos situation. The black flag just recently flown over the White House. I'm trying to get more information on that. Juan is, I asked him, is it the POW flag that they're flying? He said no. It's about their side. He believes it's their side sending out comms or messaging that, look, both sides are sending out messages. Both sides signal each other certain ways, and the best way to do that is by flags. Melania does it with her dress. It seems like now the White House is doing that with a black flag. I don't know if it's still there. Full stop. Yes. Paint. Full stop. That's also what he said on .tv. Correct. I think he says that on the YouTube version. But there are reports coming in right now in New Jersey and in New York of the water being tainted. A foul smell, a metallic smell. I don't know if you guys have been looking into this, but there's something going on with the water. So could the drones be spraying something into the water table there? I don't know. I'm asking that question. So if anyone is in New Jersey or New York, is the water, has it changed optically? Does it smell different? Please put that in a chat. Everyone, we all do our own stuff here. So haven't heard that, David. I'm in New York City. Well, I got videos showing it. We're going to show that on the entertainment edition with 𝗀𝗃𝗋𝗃. That'll be up Tuesday, Christmas Eve. How about that? Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas, champ. Happy holidays to all. Thank you very much, Mark. Thank you very much, Mark Vane. Thank you. I think I see you in the General's tent, don't I? I think I do. I think you've been in the General's tent quite a few times. James Bowdoin. Cryptically saying 1 million switchblades in the air. Yep. Yes. I remember one cryptically saying that 1 million switchblades in the air. Correct. And how many of the drone operators are here in America right now? All with different operations. So it's not just one thing. You got to remember that. It's not just one operation. There are multiple. There could be 10. There could be 5. There could be 100. There could be 1,000 different reasons why they're up in the air. And they're causing a lot of problems with our airspace. So let's get into this, folks. So drones continue to buzz over U.S. bases. The military isn't sure why or how to stop them. A series of drone sightings over military bases across the country. This is going from coast to coast. Has renewed concerns that the U.S. doesn't have a clear government-wide policy for how to deal with these unauthorized incursions that could potentially pose a national security threat. Now, I've also heard one of the reasons they're doing this problem reaction solution is so that they can have drones in the air to surveillance Americans. So that's another one right there. We're 1 year past Langley drone incursions and almost 2 years past the PRC spy balloon. Why don't we have a single point of contact? Who is responsible for coordination across all organizations in the government to address this? The recently retired head of U.S. Northern Command, or NORAD, General Glenn Van Heck, told CNN, instead, everybody is pointing their fingers at each other saying, it's not our responsibility. Can you believe how incompetent our government is right now? Well, it's always been. But, I mean, if they don't want to tell you, they know exactly. There's a faction of the government that knows exactly why they're here. Telling you that right now, like Tuesday follows Monday. Indeed, there have been multiple instances of drones incursions over military bases since mysterious drone swarms were spotted around Joint Base Langley and other sensitive military sites in Virginia last year, and since a Chinese spy balloon transited the continental U.S. in 2023. I think that was just a test to see if they can get away with what's happening right now, in my opinion. But drones are now appearing. There was something crazy that just happened in Phoenix. Now, I don't know if half these videos are, when this is the tricky part. We don't know if half these videos are CGI, AI. We don't know. I don't know. I just know I'm seeing videos now that are reporting from Phoenix. There's lights in the sky in Phoenix, triangular, shiny orbs. I mean, it's just, this is getting out of hand, and I think this is just going to pick up. But what's CGI? What's AI? What's real? What's drones? What are UAP? What are the UAPs? This is going to cause mass confusion. Drones, the latest, New York and New Jersey, airspace is restricted. What did I say would happen? Well, one of my concerns was probably not a good time to travel, because what if, I don't know, these things start closing down airspace? If they're closing down military airspace, I don't know. What if they start closing down, I don't know, commercial airspace? I think that's a viable concern, because think about this. Would you really want to be up there flying if a fucking bird can take down a fucking plane with a bird getting sucked into the engine? What do you think a drone could do? What if, I don't want to scare people, but I'm just saying, during holiday travel, there's a lot of things that can happen, and I don't know. You got to know where we are at in this war, and it's a concern. So I don't know. Do you guys feel safe traveling with these drones flying everywhere? I'm not trying to instill fear. I'm just saying you got to be mindful, man. You can't be dumb. Give me a thumbs up if I'm making sense. Yeah, no quarter given. There you go. Black flag, no quarter given. Hey, yo, thank you, Brian Statton. I really like this coffee heater that I put my coffee mug on. Buenos dias, everybody. Hey, orale. So I've spoken with, Governor Kathy Hochul assured that I've spoken with Secretary Mayorkas. Well, that's not very assuring. Okay, Mayorkas is not very assuring at all. I've spoke with Secretary Mayorkas multiple times and was just informed that he has coordinated with federal partners, and the FAA plans to grant temporary flight restrictions over some of New York's critical infrastructure sites. So this action is purely precautionary. There is no threat to these sites. So dozens of areas were affected by the restrictions imposed by the Federal Aviation Administration. Drones have also been spotted in Texas, New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Massachusetts, California, and Florida. Lawmakers have taken to social media to voice their concerns about what they said was a lack of communication from the federal government. So I'm hearing these drones are the size of like cars. They're not these drones that you buy at the store or get online. I have one here, and it's pretty badass. It's a Mavic 3 Pro. I'm looking at it right now. Thank you, Michael Vargo. Thank you. Military helicopter makes emergency landing on California base. Now, my question is, was it hit by a drone? Because if you saw this thing, it was up in smoke, folks. Flames could be seen where a military helicopter made an emergency landing at Camp Pendleton on Friday, causing police to warn drivers of potential traffic delays along Interstate 5. And if you've ever been on Interstate 5, I hate driving on that freeway no matter what. Merry Sancho Christmas to you and your family. Thank you very much. And we went up there, Schober or something like that. So shortly after 4 p.m. local time, a U.S. Marine Corps CH-53E Super Stallion belonging to the 3rd Marine Aircraft Wing experienced an engine fire in flight. The aircrew conducted emergency procedures and safely landed the aircraft at a landing zone. The helicopter landed along the northbound side of the freeway near the 𝗬𝗏𝗄 Creek Rest area, California Highway Patrol said in a statement. Please use caution and expect delays in the area. Ugh. I tell you what, there's nothing worse than LA, California traffic. Nothing. You spend hours. That's enough for me not to live in California. Seriously, like I love California. I love to visit, but the traffic itself is so bad that I can't spend half my day in a car. You have to tailor and orchestrate your whole day around being on the freeway. I mean, it's horrible. Maybe we need to get rid of some of the illegals. That's what I think. Oh, boy. Biden signs government funding bill averting shutdown crisis. So government shutdown crisis averted after Biden signs stopgap funding bill. President Joe Biden signed a government funding bill on Saturday that averted a government shutdown and marked the end of a chaotic high-stakes week in Congress. Do you guys think that's why he hauled ass back in the middle of the night with his emergency motorcade, him and Kamala? Juanito goes more into this on Ninos Corner.tv, saying, that's not what it was all about. So Trump says government knows what these things are. Yeah, exactly. But what faction of the government? What faction of the government? I'm just saying the shadow. I mean, I don't want to go too much into it here. The bill funds federal agencies at current levels for the next 3 months and provides disaster relief and farm aid. The vote capped of several days of chaos during which House Speaker Mike Johnson tried and failed to meet the demands of President-elect Donald Trump. Isn't it crazy how he's already making demands and he's already like running shit? It's crazy. I don't think I've ever seen this. It's pretty damn impressive, I got to say. President Joe Biden signed a government funding bill on Saturday that averted a government shutdown and marked the end of a chaotic high-stakes week in Congress. The White House said in a statement that the bill had been signed by Biden, and Biden has not made any public statements following the 11th hour congressional negotiations that led to the U.S. Senate approving the bipartisan federal spending bill. While it does not include everything we sought, President Biden supports moving the legislation forward, White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre said in a statement Friday. The bill authorizes funding of the federal government at current levels for 3 months and provides additional disaster relief and farm aid. So that's a big one. Disaster relief and farm aid. You know deep down they didn't want to include that, right? I think someone just gave another super chat. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Is it Kurt Barlow? Thank you. Yeah. If I miss it, my moderators catch it. So thank you, moderators. The House overwhelmingly approved the measure on Friday evening by a vote of 366 to 34, with support from every Democrat and more than 3/4 of Republicans. In the Senate, the bill passed by 95 votes to 11 shortly after midnight. Of the no votes, Republicans cast 10, and one came from Senator Bernie Sanders, Bernie the bum of Vermont, an independent who caucused with the Democrat. I can't stand Bernie Sanders, man. Ugh. Could you imagine if it would have went that way and we would have had Bernie? Oh. Disaster. Just as big as the disasters we're in right now, guaranteed. The House Democrats say GOP caved to Musk in funding bill protecting his China interest. House Democrats Jim McGovern and Rosa de la Rue accused Republican colleagues of bending to Elon Musk. You know what they're saying? Elon Musk is the one really running the country right now. Well, I got to tell you, he's making some big decisions, isn't he? But hey, who put him in that power? Trump did, right? Congress passed a stopgap funding bill instead on Saturday, but discarded a provision in screen and regulate U.S. investments to China. The scrap provision would have made it easier to keep cutting-edge AI and quantum computing tech as well as jobs in America, Mr. Governor wrote on X. House Democrats Jim McGovern of Massachusetts and Rosa de la Rue of Connecticut say the Republican colleagues in Congress caved to the demands of Elon Musk, sinking a bipartisan government funding bill that would have regulated U.S. investments in China. Congress passed a separate stopgap funding bill over the weekend, averting a government shutdown. Very interesting. Have you guys seen, what's his name? Who's the guy with the eye patch? I forget his name. He's a complete dickweed. What's his name? The guy that the Navy SEAL with an eye patch. I don't trust that guy as far as I can throw him, and I could probably throw him pretty far. Crenshaw, there you go. Yeah, Dan Crenshaw. Man, that guy gives me the fucking heebie-jeebies, man. I do not. Dan Crenshaw, there you go. What up, Dan? I see you. Dan. Everybody sees you as well. Oh, gosh. Patch McCain. Ooh, that's a good one. Crenshaw, yeah. I Patch McCain. Bad guy, man. Bad news. I got to tell you, I don't trust him. I don't know how you guys feel about him. I don't trust him. I do not trust him. Sancho does not like him. Sancho Claus. Do you like this Sancho Claus shirt? This is over at Patriot Wear right now. Sancho Claus coming down your chimney. Oh, boy. All right, let's get to Laura Trump withdraws name from consideration for U.S. Senate. Laura Trump, daughter-in-law of U.S. President-elect Donald Trump, has withdrawn her name from consideration for a seat in the Senate. She stepped down this month as co-chairman of the Republican National Committee, fueling speculation that she might replace outgoing Senator Marco Rubio. Yeah! A Florida Republican who Trump has nominated for Secretary of State. But in the post on X, she said she had removed herself from consideration after an incredible amount of thought, contemplation, and encouragement from so many. That's great. Well, I'm glad you've thought about this. She said she wished Florida Governor Ron DeSantis luck in handpicking a replacement to serve out the remainder of Rubio's six-year term, which ends in 2026. New York Police Chief 𝗬𝗵𝗶𝗹 resigns amid sexual misconduct allegations. New York City, the nation's largest police department, is embroiled in a high-level shakeup amid the crisis engulfing Mayor Eric Adams and his administration. On Friday night, the highest-ranking uniformed officer of the New York City Police Department abruptly resigned amid accusations of sexual misconduct. Chief Department 𝗬𝗵𝗶𝗹 turned in his retirement papers of the New York. So a lot of stuff's happening in New York. Are you guys paying attention to this? Everyone involved with Eric Adams. There was another person taken down as well. I think he's singing like a canary. I think he's playing ball. Who was the other person that was taken down? So this is the police chief resigns, 𝗬𝗵𝗶𝗹. So he's resigning, but who was the other person that was just taken down? He's somebody. Can someone put it in here? That's what you're here for, folks. Help me out. Who was the other person? Police Commissioner Jessica S. Tisch accepted the resignation of Chief of Department 𝗬𝗵𝗶𝗹 Friday night. So he steps down. Why are they stepping down? Right when Trump's coming in. Yeah, their idea of sexual is not having it recorded exactly. Stop looking down at your phones for 2 weeks or so. Be ready. Stop looking down. All right. That's good. Probably good advice. Border news. Let's get through some border news, like the Sancho Claus border news coming down your chimney. All right. Trump's mass deportation plans thrown into doubt by Republican rebels. Republican rebels. Boy, they don't know what's coming for them, do they? Majority of Republicans defy president-elect and vote against suspending debt limit raising concern over Trump's ability to control the party. So you're going to have a lot of rhinos that are not going to want to play ball. See, that's what I've always talked about. How many times have I come on here and said this? They're not going to play ball. The Democrats are not going to play ball, and a lot of these rebellious Republicans are not going to want to play ball either. So, excuse me, tell me how he gets things done if he comes in as president and not unconventional like I always, well, at least hoped. You can give me some hopium for that one. Mr. Trump has sought to halt the cap to give himself scope to embark on ambitious spending schemes when he enters the White House next year, while avoiding a draining congressional fight to adjust it. But fiscal conservatives in his party are concerned about the trillions in debt that the U.S. has accumulated, which means it is now spending more on interest payments than in defense budget. The rebellion casts doubt on whether Mr. Trump will be able to fulfill his election campaign promises, which include the largest deportation program in U.S. history with no price tag on it and a range of tax cuts. So I'm going to expect a lot of this. Bigfoot's in the house. Be back in a minute, folks. All right, Bigfoot. 𝗬𝗃𝗰𝗶𝗶, thank you so much. Hi, Nino. I pray for you and your parents. Thank you. I really do believe the prayers are working. I believe that my parents are both home right now, but I have like PTSD where like any moment I can just like get a phone call and I have to run back up there. But I don't want to go into that. I don't want to be a buzzkill. Vladimir Putin says, Vladimir Putin says the vampire ball is ending. What do you think he means by that? Now, I'm not going to toot my own horn here, but how many of you have been following me from way back in the day, 5 years ago, where I kind of kicked the door open and talked about the vampires? The real fuck. You know how scared for my life I was? I'm not even kidding. Folks, when that video went viral, which I can't believe that's like my claim to fame. It's just so weird, man. It's so weird. It's like, what? Huh? What? Really? That? Anyway, my phone couldn't even stay on the dresser. It would go with the notifications, and it would buzz off the dresser and fall to the floor. I had to turn it off. I was like, oh my! I tried to remove the post. I tried to remove the video. It was already copy and pasted. It was crazy. You guys remember that? You watched it live. High Country Gold. So you know, like if you've seen me from then till now, you know this was completely organic. I didn't plan any. You guys know, you're my proof that you saw my growth from the beginning, and it was completely organic. It was, yeah, some of you didn't see it. That's what's crazy. I thought that was seen. They were translating that video in Chinese and in German and fucking Russian. I mean, people were sending it to me like I didn't even know. Oh, it was crazy. It was so crazy. All right, so Putin says vampire ball is ending. They are used to filling their bellies with human flesh and their pockets with money for centuries, but they must realize that the vampire ball is ending. Okay, get to World War III news. So what do you think Vladimir Putin means by this? Please do not put it in the comments, but I know what he means by this. These people are very, very sick. You know, I was watching on Netflix. I'm starting to watch more Netflix. I watched 𝗀𝗃 King. I go from 𝗀𝗃 King on, I think that's on Prime, and then I go to Netflix and I watch The Dark Crystal. Do you guys remember The Dark Crystal when you were kids? Anyway, so they have a series of The Dark Crystal now, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, holy shit, this is really like probably mirroring our reality. Like the yeah. You know what I'm talking about? The dark, those lizard bird, they look like buzzards. You know, the ones that suck the life from the dark crystal. You know what I'm talking about? Gelflings, yes. Yeah. See, to me, it seems like those are the reptilians. Yeah. 2 U.S. Navy pilots shot down over Red Sea in apparent friendly fire incident, U.S. military says. So I asked Juan about this. I said, was it friendly fire or was it drones or what was it? But people are saying, from what I hear, it's friendly fire. 2 U.S. Navy pilots were shot down Sunday over the Red Sea in an apparent friendly fire incident, the U.S. military said, marking the most serious incident to threaten troops in over a year of America targeting Yemen's Houthi rebels. Both pilots were recovered alive after ejecting from our stricken aircraft, with one suffering minor injuries. Minor injuries? You got shot down in a jet and I just have a scrape. But the shutdown underlines how dangerous the Red Sea corridor has become, with ongoing attacks on shipping by the Iranian-backed Houthis, despite U.S. and European military coalitions patrolling the area. Yeah, you know what? That's what I wanted to. I want to do a show with L.A. Marzulli on the Red Sea, because I've heard that it's off limits. You cannot excavate or go underwater, and because look, the Red Sea, right? It was parted and then it crashed down on all the chariots and troops that were there, right? Well, shouldn't they still be there? I think I've heard it's off limits. I've heard it now. Maybe someone in the comments can tell me this, but are there still chariots? There are chariots in the Red Sea. Are there chariots? That's incredible. That's proof right there. Is that real? Is there chariots still in there? Because I mean, is it off limits to excavate? Do you guys know this? They found the chariots and stuff. Wow, man, could you imagine? That's just so incredible. Coral has covered them, man. Jeez. Yes, they have to be there. They have to be there, right? There is a documentary that shows the chariots. Where is that documentary? Is it on YouTube? Can someone put it in here? I mean, that's crazy to me, man. I don't know. I mean, I would love to see that documentary. Can you put the documentary in here? Ron Wyatt. That's the guy that found the Ark of the Covenant and talked about the blood of Jesus. Correct? Was that Ron Wyatt? Look up Ron Wyatt. Okay. No, not Red Sea. The translation is the Reed Sea. Okay, well, I'm not that versed on the Bible. Houthis take credit for downing American plane after CENTCOM alleges, is that how you say it? CENTCOM alleges friendly fire. So Yemen's Ansar movement, better known as the Houthis, has taken credit for downing an American military plane after the U.S. Central Command claimed it was shot in a friendly fire incident. Who do you believe here? 2 pilots of the U.S. Navy ejected from a fighter jet flying off from the USS Harry S. Truman over the Red Sea on Sunday when he guided missile cruiser USS Gettysburg mistakenly fired in on it and hit the FA-18. So Houthis are reportedly saying they did it. Who do you believe? I don't know. Netanyahu says Israel will continue to act against the Houthis. Is that how you say it? The Houthis? The Houthis. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said on Sunday Israel would continue acting against the Iran-backed Houthis in Yemen, who he accused of threatening world shipping and the international order, and called on Israelis to be steadfast. Just as we act forcefully against the terrorist arms of Iran's axis of evil, so we will act against the Houthis, he said in a video statement a day after a missile fired from Yemen fell in the Tel Aviv area, causing a number of mild injuries. How do you shoot a missile off and it lands and all you get is mild injuries? On Thursday, Israel launched a series of strikes against energy and port infrastructure in Yemen in a move officials said was a response to hundreds of missiles and drone attacks launched by the Houthis since the start of the Gaza war 14 months ago. It's already been 14 months. Thank you, Jacqueline, for the super chat. It's already been 14 months. Already 14 months. Iran could build nuclear weapon, Trump is told by White House. So outgoing administration warns President-elect Tehran may revisit its nuclear doctrine after events in the Middle East leave it weakened. Iran can move to build a nuclear bomb after being weakened by wars in the Middle East. The White House has warned Donald Trump. Joe Biden's national security advisor said he had briefed the incoming president on the risk of Tehran obtaining these weapons. I think Trump knows a hell of a lot more than these people need to brief him on, don't you? You don't just do what Trump's done. I don't know. I don't know. I don't buy it. I think Trump knows way more than they do already. Just saying. Enough water to fill millions of Earth's oceans has been found in deep space, circling a quasar. Astronomers have identified a remarkable water reservoir hidden in a corner of the cosmos, circling a quasar more than 12 billion light years away. First of all, 12 billion light years away. We can really I don't know if I believe any of this. I'm just saying. Susan Schrant, thank you so much. Merry Christmas, David, and may God give you and your family many needed blessings. Thank you so much. Thanks, Susan. Do you guys believe this? There's a picture of this, and it looks CGI to me. It looks completely CGI. At a distance, the light we see today began its journey not too long after the universe itself formed. The water supply is the distant place is huge, containing an equivalent of about 140 trillion times all the water in Earth's oceans combined. So there's just this massive water, okay, floating in our universe is what they're saying. I don't know if I buy this shit. And I'm just going to say it. I don't know if I buy it. I don't. And I saw the picture. I'm like, oh, God. If what they can do in Hollywood, all they got to do is just put that out there and say, oh, this is from NASA. Here you go. By the way, folks, I'm having a guy come on. He was on Candace Owens. He's coming on my show to talk about the moon landing. What you thought was the moon landing, okay? Bart something. I forget his name. Does someone know who he is? He was on Candace Owens. Anyway, so they're saying there's this huge water, I guess, quasar just circling, just sitting there in our universe. You know where this is leading, right? Oh, if there's water out there, that means there's life. And if there's life out there, that means we're going to play the alien card pretty damn soon. So get ready. I want to know, is there fish? Is there fish in the water? Is there mermaids? Have you guys seen this new Superman movie that's out? It looks so stupid. I don't know. I'm sorry. I grew up with Christopher Reeves. I think he's the best Superman. Christopher Reeves, man. That guy was a Superman in the movie and out of the movie. God was like, oh, you really want to be Superman, huh? Let's see how you handle this. True. I mean, to me, an honorable, unbelievable man. I mean, true hero. But today's Superman, they should be called Beta Man. He should be called Beta Man because it doesn't look like a Superman to me. He looks like a, I don't know, 5. I don't want to insult anybody here, but he's short and skinny and just not a Superman. Okay. Superman's supposed to be masculine, have a jawline. That's what I thought. And then maybe have some muscles, not be a little beta man. Beta man. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's Beta Man. The first trailer for the new Superman movie features a surprisingly fragile Superman. I'm just kidding. A surprisingly fragile image of the DC Comics hero, Mike Starks, thank you, which director James Gunn claims represents the current condition of the United States. The new film, which is called Superman, will see David, Corenswell, take up the mantle of the Man of Steel. God, it's terrible. Like, what happened to masculine men? Obviously, you know the agenda. They're forcing this out, but that's why they're Santa Claus. That is why you need to get your Santa Claus shirt today at patriotwear.com and show what masculine is supposed to look like. They should have Sancho Man. Sancho Man, not Beta Man. The first teaser trailer for the blockbuster was released on Thursday and includes a scene with a broken, battered, and bloodied Beta Man lying prone in the snow before being rescued by Crypto and Superdog. What? Crypto the Superdog. Crypto the Superdog. What the hell is that? Sad. It's sad. Social media firms to be forced to drive out underage users. Watchdog will make apps use facial recognition, folks, and other age checks to identify children. So social media firms will use facial recognition age checks to drive out underage children from their sites under plans to be announced next month by Ofcom. In an interview with the Telegraph, 𝗀𝗂𝗂, the online regulatory's head of online safety policy, said platforms would be expected to remove potentially millions of children from their sites by using highly accurate and effective age restrictions. Well, I didn't set my ghetto timer, but I'm glad I remembered, folks. I'm glad I remembered. You might want to stay with me just for about 30 seconds. All right. Get your canoladine, folks. If you're suffering from daily aches and pains, please listen closely. Top medical experts have unveiled a natural pain reliever that is changing the way Americans fight pains. 100% drug-free canoladine. Canoladine is the only solution in the world that optimizes your body's natural painkillers called endorphins, providing full-body relief without dangerous pills or known side effects. Over 1 million Americans and hundreds of professional athletes, including UFC fighters, have already embraced canoladine's pain relief power. Best of all, canoladine is legal worldwide, certified drug-free, and does not cause side effects, grogginess, or addiction. After 14 years of clinical research, it has been proven safe and effective, backed by thousands of successful cases from other Americans just like you. Best of all, today, if you try it today, folks, you can try canoladine for less than $1 a day. This is your opportunity to finally live pain-free, and I feel like it helps emotionally. I feel like it helps my emotional problems. Click the link below to try the only canoladine product in the world risk-free for a full 90 days. This private link and special discount expires midnight tonight until I read it the next time. Trycono.com/Nino. Trycono.com/Nino. Get down there and give it a shot, folks. It's good. I take it every day. I take it every damn day. So are you guys for or against the social media safety? What is it? Facial recognition, face recognition. I don't know. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I really like that. Do you guys like that? Yeah, you didn't hear the timer go off. I forgot the timer. You'll hear it right now. There's a ghetto timer for you. My cookie timer. Oh, shit. All right, so I don't know. It's an online safety act. The largest tech firms will face multi-billion-pound fines under the Online Safety Act if they fail to protect children and instead allow them to access harmful content such as adult, sites, children's predator sites, images, and violence. Ofcom estimates as many as 60% of 8 to 11-year-olds have social media profiles. 60%? Damn. Equivalent to 1.6 million children in the UK, despite major sites like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat having minimum age limits of 13. See, to me, it's like I don't think any kid should be on the internet. I don't think they should be on at all. I think they shouldn't have it. I think it's just like getting a driver's license. I think you got to wait till you're at least 16 or 18 to get on the internet. Just as a kid, that fucks up a kid's head. That messes up a kid's head. I hope if any of you have kids, you at least have like parental controls on their phones or computers. I don't know, but they're probably smarter than you are, and they know what the hell they're doing. Just saying. Just going to say. All right, folks, let's get to what the fuck news. And what the fuck news? Boy fighting for his life and multiple people injured as drones fall from the sky in a holiday show. Now, I told you I've seen drones in holiday shows. I saw one at the 𝗬𝗃𝗶𝗹 Balloon Fest, and I was fucking amazed. At first, I thought I was looking at UFOs. When I pulled in, I didn't even know they were going to have drones flying in the air. I thought it was just going to be hot air balloons. But it was drones and hot air balloons. It was so spectacular. It was awesome. It was in Albuquerque. But a holiday drone show in Florida was forced to cancel its second performance due to multiple reported injuries on Saturday, December 21st. According to spectators at the event, drones began to fall from the sky after encountering technical difficulties during the 6:30 p.m. show in 𝗬𝗂𝗍𝗂 Park. And attendees shared the footage on TikTok of the moment one of the drones flew towards spectators as someone shouted, watch out, before the clip abruptly ended. They claimed in a comment below that there was multiple injuries. Man, if one of those things are pretty damn big, too. They're not small. Another video posted by show attendee 𝗬𝗵𝗶𝗀 from the X account 𝗧𝗵𝗶𝗀 podcast. A few dozen drones at the show appeared to crash into each other and fall from the sky onto the ground, onto a lake below. The Orlando Fire Department confirmed that one person suffered a minor injury in the incident and was taken to the hospital. News 6 reported. You could see the area You could see who wrote this. You could see area that were missing the drones. 𝗬𝗵𝗶𝗀. Oh, it's because it came from Felipe, so he doesn't know how to talk appropriately. Who saw the show with his son, told the outlet. The 15-minute drone show continued after the incident, according to News 6. Mothers Jessica Lene and Adrian Egerton, however, claim their son has been left fighting for his life in the ER after drones hit him in the face. Prayers for my son. We went to the drone show at Lake Ellie, and one of the drones hit him in the face. She wrote on Facebook alongside a photo of her son in the hospital with a bleeding lip. So is he really fighting for his life, or does he just have a bleeding lip? You know what I think? Here's what I think. How do you know those are real mosquitoes buzzing around you? How do you know those are real flies? Think about it. If they can put nanotech in this and they can have drones in the sky, you think those could be real insects that are flying around you? I don't know. I don't want to make anybody paranoid. But, drones come in all sizes, all shapes and sizes. So, I don't know. Is that really a fly in your house, or is it spying on you? Inquiring minds want to know. Is that really a mosquito on your arm? You never know. Good thinking. I'm just saying, if those drones are already actively in the sky and they're the size of cars, and you know that they could put stuff in microscopically in this, then you better think to yourself, do they even need these to deliver whatever they need to deliver? But here's my point in that. I think everything has to be due to free will of humanity. They can't just, in my perspective, I don't think they can just put it in an insects and then have the insects come and bite you to deliver whatever they want, because I think things have to happen accordingly with free will. Even if you're peer pressured, how many people do you know that were like, well, I wanted to travel again, and now they're dead? Or, well, I didn't want my family to ostracize me. I wanted to be accepted by my family, so I went and got 4 of these, and now they're gone, or they're suffering some kind of problems. That's still free will. If you get pushed into it, if you're a weak person and you get peer pressured into taking this or whatever, that's still your free will. You still caved. That's still called free will. See, they can push you to your limit. And if you cave, that's still your free will to cave. So I feel stay strong, Stay strong. We're all here together supporting each other. You may have lost your job. You may have lost friends. You may have lost your family, but you didn't lose your life. Just saying. All right, folks, I'm out of here. Jumping on with a ghost in about 10, 15 minutes or 20 minutes. The ghost is going on Ninos Corner.tv. Get to Ninos Corner.tv for a badass Black Friday special that's going to go until Christmas, and then I'm cutting it off. It's over. So get grandfathered in. I'm cutting it off in just a few days, folks. Maybe less. Ninos Corner.tv, folks. That's where it's at. Later. And the new heavyweight champion of podcasting and the black sheep of broadcasting, folks. Sancho Claus at patriotware.com. Later, folks. Peace.